For the 44th time, the American presidency has passed from one man to another peacefully. But just blocks away today, there were violent protests. Donald Trump took office at noon Eastern Time on this 20th of January, as the Constitution requires, on the west front of the Capitol, as tradition demands. Like all things Trump, his inaugural address was uncompromising, populist, isolationist, a philosophy from the early days of the Republic which found its 21st century voice. Mr. Trump said on this day, power returns to the American people.
The day was filled with tradition. It began with Mr. Trump and his wife, Melania, attending a prayer service at St. John's Episcopal Church.
How are you?
Then, a short drive to the White House for tea and coffee with the outgoing president. Mrs. Trump came with a gift for Michelle Obama. The 44th and 45th presidents rode together from the White House to the Capitol. And in a show of unity, 3 other presidents, 2 Democrats and 1 Republican, were there to witness this passage of power. And so was the woman Mr. Trump defeated, Hillary Clinton.
You raise your right hand.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas administered the oath to the new vice president.
I, Michael Richard Pence.
And the Chief Justice of the United States, John Roberts, swore in Mr. Trump.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, Mr. President.
The sound of 21 guns saluted the new commander-in-chief. His inaugural address set the tone for his presidency.
Americans want great schools for their children, safe neighborhoods for their families, and good jobs for themselves. But for too many of our citizens, a different reality exists. This American carnage stops right here and stops right now.
Mr. Trump escorted his predecessor to a Marine helicopter, and we can only imagine what Mr. Obama was thinking as he surveyed Washington for the first time as a former president. Within minutes, the new president got to work, making his cabinet nominations official, and the veteran deal maker got his first taste of Washington horse trading.
I'll give you a lane. Do you want a lane? Okay, don't worry. Tom is not insulted.
No. Mr. President, the leader wants it.
We raise our glasses to you.
The Trumps and the Pences were guests of honor at a luncheon at the Capitol. Mr. Trump and Hillary Clinton shook hands for the first time since the election. President Trump led the inaugural parade along Pennsylvania Avenue. Mr. Trump watched from the reviewing stand in front of his new home as bands and marchers from all over America paraded by.